I have no interest in the royal rancidness going on today. I refuse to be coerced into celebrating the reign of a monarch who costs us the better part of £90 million a year whilst people are queuing up at food banks, and who chose to use some of that money to protect her sweaty son after the shit he pulled. I don't even want to think about him, let alone say his bloody name. But still, according to the Archbishop of Canterbury, we should now forgive him, apparently. You're an embarrassment to the church I was baptised into, fella. Don't imagine for one moment I respect your opinion on this or anything else given your quisling track record, because the answer to that, in the politest possible way, is not a chuffing chance, sunshine. But it's Keir Starmer that's annoyed me the most. It is our patriotic duty to celebrate Liz's platinum jubilee, he says, in the Tory graph at that, a paper owned by a tax-avoiding billionaire. Though I suppose they're patriots to you, though, eh, Keith? No doubt he said it with one of his massive Union flag collection shoved up his speaking hole, just for good measure. Patriotism is the last refuge of the scoundrel, so said Samuel Johnson, and if this is what Keith deems patriotic, he can keep it. Patriotism should be about making sure everyone in this country is well looked after, our health service provided for, nobody going without food, everyone having a home, being proud of a country which celebrates its multiculturalism instead of turning on it, a place where people are helped when in need and not deported or evicted, a place where you earn a wages enough to live on, a place where you don't have to choose between eating or putting the heating on, a place where you aren't persecuted because of your sexual orientation or your disability, where we seek not to involve ourselves in foreign wars but help bring them to a peaceful end, where everyone pays their fair share of taxation as their subscription to a civilized society, because that is what I consider a patriotic duty. But sadly, we don't live in such a country. Refugees being sent away, austerity has depressed wages while the rich get richer. The cost of living crisis means our money just won't stretch far enough anymore. The state, however, has gladly paid out billions for pomp and pageantry in celebration of an incredibly wealthy woman who's been afforded every privilege her entire life simply by virtue of the fact her ancestors stole more land than ours did. Starmer doesn't stand for anything to change people's lives for the better. He's no patriot, just the latest in an all too long line of establishment shills doffing their caps for their turn at the big table, and if he had any integrity, he'd be honest about that. He won't make your life any better than the bloody Queen does, and I've no time for either of them.